Jackie Greene abruptly collapsed moments ago after her husband, Travis Greene, made a confession that rocked the internet, leaving the gospel community in full amazement. You won't want to miss this story because what we've discovered will make you reevaluate everything you believe to be true about the Greenes. Fans are asking, what really happened behind the scenes? Was this collapse a sign of something deeper, or just the breaking point of emotions that had been building for years? Jackie, as well as one of the most inspirational power couples in gospel music for a long time, is Travis Greene. Given Travis's innovative music ministry and Jackie's steadfast support, their partnership has been praised by many fans as a symbol of love, faith, and solidarity. However, a startling incident in recent days has completely upended that picture-perfect image. Numerous individuals have been asking the same urgent question on social media since Jackie Greene's abrupt breakdown following her husband's shocking disclosure. What actually took place? It's not just another headline about a star. Many people's perceptions of one of the most cherished families in gospel music may change as a result of this story, which is full of unfiltered emotions, rumors of scandal, and disclosures. The internet wasted no time at all, as usual. Fans become perplexed and yearning for the truth as rumors, theories, and assumptions spread like wildfire. We will dissect everything in today's video. The circumstances behind this occurrence, the specifics of Travis Greene's confession, Jackie's startling response, and the impact it is having on the gospel community. This is where things become even more intriguing though. Some information hasn't reached the general public. Fragments of the narrative that are just now coming to light. Some of these disclosures may alter your perception of this relationship forever, so you'll want to watch through to the very end. Hold on tight, for the tale of Travis Greene's confession and Jackie Greene's fall is about to take you on a heart-pounding, controversial, and shockingly honest emotional journey. For a long time, Travis Greene and Jackie Greene were considered gospel music aristocracy. A couple whose lives, both personal and professional, appeared to be virtually inviolable. With his soul-stirring vocals and gospel anthems that top the charts, Travis Greene has established a ministry that touches millions of people all over the world. In addition to dominating the charts, songs like Intentional and Made Away have given numerous fans a spiritual boost. Jackie Greene has consistently been a dependable and encouraging figure by his side. She has received accolades from both church groups and fans for her poise, elegance, and steadfast support of Travis's ministry and profession. A peaceful partnership based on mutual respect, faith, and a common goal has been shown on social media and in interviews over the years. Here's the crucial background though. There are invisible hardships hidden behind every picture-perfect moment. Even in the gospel music industry, where personal testimony and public image are closely linked, pressure creeps subtly. Under the watchful eyes of millions, running a ministry, keeping up public appearances, and negotiating personal relationships can cause stress that fans hardly ever see. Jackie and Travis were hosting events, doing interviews, and sharing moments from their lives that portrayed stability and unity before to the revelation that would eventually stun the globe. They were viewed as role models by their fans, who frequently cited their relationship as the epitome of dedication and faith in action. People looked up to this pair not only because of their music, but also because of the way they lived their lives. The public was unaware, however, that even the most admired couples can occasionally have flaws hidden beneath their surface. And those fissures were abruptly exposed in a way that no one could have predicted when Travis Greene's confession surfaced. Not only were fans stunned by Jackie Greene's breakdown, but industry experts were as well. Her response, according to those who had worked closely with the couple, was powerful and very emotional, suggesting that whatever was made public went much beyond what the public had anticipated. Even though there was a lot of conjecture on social media, some sources claimed that this particular moment was the result of tension, feelings, and long-held personal truths coming to light. The story's cliffhanger, however, is what makes it so captivating. Why did Jackie react so strongly to Travis Greene's confession, and what did he actually confess? We'll look at this in the next section, since it's when the story becomes even more complex. Travis Greene's confession, which no one anticipated, was the bombshell that rocked the gospel community. Insiders disclosed that this confession was extremely personal, stemming from feelings and situations that had been subtly developing over time. Despite the couple's impeccable public demeanor, the specifics of Travis Greene's confession were kept somewhat secret, but according to some sources, it was important enough to cause Jackie Greene to react dramatically. Travis gave the church and viewers a message that was meant to be open and vulnerable at a live event that was webcast to fans. In addition to being a personal reality, what he disclosed also had ramifications for his family and public lives. Jackie Greene's body language changed instantly during the confession, according to internet viewers and witnesses. At first, she seemed astonished, unable to comprehend the words. Then, almost without warning, she passed out. According to other accounts, it was a combination of tension, emotional overload, and just plain amazement at the enormity of what was being acknowledged in real time. Attendees and admirers were left in startled silence as security and staff hurried to her aid. Instantly, social media exploded. Momentary videos went viral on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, igniting discussions, speculations, and a lot of conjecture. Within hours, stories like Travis Greene exposes stunning truth and Jackie Greene falls following Travis Greene's confession went viral, garnering millions of views. Reactions from fans ranged from confusion and incredulity to worry and prayers. However, the confession itself is the greater story, not simply the fall. According to reports, Travis Greene's admission touched on both personal and professional facets of his life that had hitherto been kept secret. Even though he didn't intend to stir up trouble, the disclosure made everyone who was watching face the human side of celebrities and served as a reminder that whatever how polished a public persona may seem, everyone has feelings and challenges. According to a number of gospel insiders, Travis's confession was an honest moment intended to demonstrate openness and spiritual development. Although the goal was not to shock, Jackie Greene's intense response demonstrated how strongly the confession struck a chord. Others say that it might have featured tough decisions or admissions pertaining to his missionary work, while others think it touched on long-standing family issues. The cliffhanger is here. Although Jackie Greene's breakdown and the ensuing shock were witnessed by the public, what transpired behind closed doors was perhaps more telling. According to sources, the couple had a private discussion right after the confession that might change how viewers perceive their relationship going ahead. Although it hasn't made headlines yet, this aspect of the story may help to understand Jackie's intense reaction. Insiders emphasized that the emotional reality was much more nuanced than what fans witnessed in a 30-second clip. Even as the media rushed to cover the event with sensational headlines, there was more to this revelation than just a controversy. Vulnerability, fear, and the occasionally unbearable strain of living under public scrutiny were all revealed in this intensely human moment. This confession has had a huge knock-on effect. The emotional toll of popularity, the need for compassion when personal realities are disclosed, and striking a balance between public ministry and private life are all topics of discussion among churchgoers, gospel musicians, and fans. One thing is evident, even though many people are still trying to piece together exactly what was said. The world's perception of the Greenes has been permanently altered by this incident. Social media went into overdrive as Jackie Greene lost it following Travis Greene's confession. Fans shared their amazement, prayers, and conjectures while hooked to live clips on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Hashtags such as hashtag Jackie Greene Collapse, hashtag Travis Greene Concession, and hashtag Gospel Drama started trending globally within a few hours. The fans' responses were strong and very touching. Many others expressed sorrow and worry, overflowing comment sections with sincere remarks. Others expressed astonishment and surprise, asking what could have caused such a dramatic public reaction from someone they had always revered for strength and poise. Praying for Jackie Greene. Stay strong, Jackie and Travis, and this is too much. I can't believe it. Industry experts and gospel insiders also provided input at the same time. Some pastors emphasized the emotional and spiritual strain of living under continual scrutiny, highlighting the pressures placed on public ministry leaders. They pointed out that although Polish performances are seen by spectators, the reality behind the scenes might be much more difficult. Jackie's breakdown and Travis Greene's confession served as a springboard for more extensive discussions around vulnerability, openness, and mental health in gospel ministry. Media outlets and content producers swiftly took advantage of the opportunity, posting reaction clips, breakdowns, and compilations of videos. Millions of people watched and interacted with these videos after they went viral. Numerous people made an effort to explain the confession, putting up theories about everything from private admissions to business choices that affected the ministry. Viewers were split between empathy, curiosity, and judgment as a result of this flood of conjecture, which stoked more online discussion. But some supporters adopted a more introspective stance. They viewed Jackie Greene's breakdown as a profoundly human reaction to a very emotional and charged event rather than as a sign of weakness. "She's been holding it all in," one commenter said on social media. Travis Greene is praised by others for his candor, emphasizing the bravery required to be vulnerable in front of millions of people. Seeing someone collapse in the face of truth reminds us that these artists are human too. Church communities were especially impacted. Congregations that regularly monitor Travis Greene's ministry reported praying for Jackie in an emergency, while also talking about the spiritual lessons that could be learned from the confession. Many urged followers to refrain from making snap judgments based only on social media footage, emphasizing grace, compassion, and understanding. In the meantime, the drama was heightened by gossip blogs and viral news outlets, some of which exaggerated parts of the collapse to get clicks and interaction. This demonstrated the audience's strong attachment to gospel celebrity culture and how vulnerable times can spark intense public interest, even though it also disseminated false information in some quarters. The situation evolved beyond a private matter. Celebrity, genuineness, and the demands of ministerial life in the internet age became topics of cultural discussion. The variety of viewpoints was among the most intriguing features of the online response. Some viewers expressed harsh criticism, wondering how a well-known person could manage personal affairs in such a public manner. Others were quite supportive, asking the public to process the confession without making snap judgments and to respect the couple's privacy. Intense arguments erupted on fan forums, live broadcasts, and comment sections, demonstrating the fervor for the Greenes' personal and professional life. Here's the cliffhanger, though. Insiders suggested that a large portion of the true tale was taking place off-camera while the audience was responding to the obvious collapse and confession. Behind the scenes, strategic decisions, emotional reconciliations, and private discussions were taking place. Information that might shed light on Travis Greene's reasons for initially disclosing the confession and Jackie Greene's extreme reaction. A side of the story that goes well beyond viral videos and social media rumors was promised by these behind-the-scenes glimpses. The incident's viral nature also spurred more general conversations regarding the psychological costs of social media exposure. Both fans and business experts started to wonder how public personalities manage openness, truthfulness, and vulnerability when every second is captured on camera and scrutinized by millions of people globally. This incident has turned into a pivotal moment for Jackie and Travis Greene, emphasizing the fine line that separates public life, ministry, and family. Jackie Greene's abrupt breakdown was more than just a show for the public. It was a striking illustration of the heavy emotional burden she had been bearing. Fans just saw a short video on social media, but the entire tale of her reaction is much more nuanced and relatable. Jackie has been the rock of the Greene family for a long time, juggling the demands of being married to one of the biggest names in gospel music with her responsibilities as a wife, mother, and confidant. Jackie has been under a lot of pressure over the years, according to insiders. She has been under a lot of stress from juggling domestic duties, helping Travis with his rigorous ministry schedule, and keeping up a kind public persona under duress. It seems like all of these pent-up feelings reached a peak when Travis came clean. Her breakdown was a profoundly psychological reaction as well as a physical one, a sign of shock, overwhelm, and an overwhelming urge to let go of feelings that had been suppressed for years. The disclosure probably marked a turning point for Jackie since it made her face her feelings about their marriage, their ministry, and their personal limits in addition to her husband's revelation. Travis's disclosure was extremely personal and serious, as seen by the intensity of her response. For Jackie, it was a direct experience of reality, heightened by the scrutiny of millions of others watching online, even though the general public would perceive it as drama or sensationalism. According to family reports, Jackie felt a mix of relief, dread, and perplexity right after the collapse. By definition, confession is an honest act. Additionally, it reveals weaknesses even if it can provide clarity. The human side of handling realities that are challenging to comprehend in the moment, particularly when they affect public life, is shown in Jackie's instant emotional reaction. Moments such as these are frequently the consequence of cumulative emotional stress. According to psychologists who study public people, high expectations and ongoing visibility can put pressure on people to the point where even little disclosures feel overwhelming. The confession might have acted as a trigger for Jackie Greene, causing feelings that had been repressed for years to surface. Feelings connected to her own spiritual and identity development, as well as her relationship with Travis. According to insiders, Jackie spent time reflecting on herself and seeking private counseling in the days after the incident. Even though she has always maintained her composure in public, this episode made clear how crucial emotional support is for people who live in the spotlight. Admirers who have admired her elegance suddenly realize that she is a very emotional human being navigating a very complicated existence behind the polished facade. The emotional repercussions also affect Jackie Greene's perception of her public persona. It is quite difficult to be thrown into a viral moment that revolves around marital and personal problems. While carrying out her public duties, she may have developed a fresh understanding of privacy, boundaries, and the value of preserving mental and emotional well-being, according to numerous observers. It's interesting to note that Jackie's answer has spurred discussions regarding the more general experiences of public people's wives. People are starting to understand that being married to a famous person involves more than just sharing prosperity and notoriety. It entails managing public pressure, rumors, and scrutiny that can have unspoken effects on mental and emotional health. Therefore, Jackie Greene's breakdown is more than just a tale of a startling admission. It's a tale of resiliency, susceptibility, and the price of being in the spotlight. This is the section that gets people talking. Jackie has come back stronger than before the breakdown. According to family sources, she and Travis have had in-depth discussions about openness, communication, and support for one another. Her experience has served as a growth-promoting spark, demonstrating that knowledge and healing are possible even at the most vulnerable circumstances. However, this is not where the narrative ends. The repercussions continue to influence public opinion, fan conversations, and even the gospel community as a whole. Even while Jackie Greene works through the emotional damage, it's still unclear how this incident will impact their relationship going forward and how they balance ministry, family, and public life. This leads us to the story's next pivotal moment: the couple's ministry, the wider ramifications for Travis Greene, and the lessons that supporters and admirers are learning from this momentous occasion. The gospel music industry was rocked by the immediate fallout from Travis Greene's confession and Jackie Greene's breakdown. There was a deluge of speculation, prayers, and emotions on social media. However, a more complex narrative was developing behind the trending hashtags and viral videos. An account of the couple's ministry's continued influence, emotional healing, and reconciliation. The confession was a watershed moment for Travis Greene. According to others close to him, he saw this as a chance for openness and sincerity rather than a scandal. According to reports, Travis stressed the value of honesty in their marriage and ministry, while also expressing sincere regret for any hurt he may have caused Jackie in private talks. His admission demonstrated his development as a person, his readiness to face hard realities, and his acceptance of vulnerability in public despite the possible repercussions. In the meantime, Jackie Greene has been concentrating on self-care and recovery. She apparently took some time off from public appearances following the breakdown in order to process the strong emotions evoked by the confession. She did this by praying, reflecting, and seeking professional counseling. She is resilient, according to close friends, and has used this time to reassess personal boundaries and put her emotional health and public persona first. Following the tragedy, the couple reportedly had meaningful and life-changing private talks that focused on mutual support, communication, and understanding. In reaction to the incident, the gospel community also came together. The human dimension of public ministry was highlighted by the prayers and support of pastors, other artists, and church leaders. Many stressed that the stresses of public life and personal struggles affect even gospel leaders who are respected for their faith and poise. This mutual understanding of vulnerability encouraged empathy and camaraderie throughout the community, serving as a reminder to both coworkers and fans that empathy is just as vital as adoration. The aftermath has been significantly shaped by fans. Shock and conjecture gave way to empathy, support, and introspection on social media. Posts were inundated with encouraging, prayerful, and hopeful responses from followers. Jackie and Travis, we're here for you. Remain resilient. You will be guided by the truth, and we are all inspired by your candor. Some admirers acknowledged that seeing this moment prompted them to reevaluate the demands imposed on public people, especially those in religious professions, and sparked more in-depth conversations about emotional fortitude and mental health. Additionally, the incident has spurred more general discussions about transparency and privacy in the digital age. It's a constant struggle for public leaders like the Greenes to strike a balance between moderation and sincerity. Travis Greene unintentionally brought attention to this delicate balance by releasing his confession, illustrating both the practical repercussions of public exposure and the potential power of vulnerability. Jackie's answer was a reminder that, despite being watched by millions, emotional reactions are normal, human, and worthy of comprehension. The couple's ministry has apparently continued behind the scenes, although with a greater understanding of the importance of support networks. According to sources, they have talked about protecting their personal and family lives, establishing deliberate areas for conversation and emotional processing, and improving their communication as a group. In addition to demonstrating their dedication to one another, this strategy acts as a template for other leaders navigating public life. The gospel music industry has also been impacted by the fallout. The demands of public ministry and the significance of emotional well-being have been freely discussed by fellow artists. Conversations on self-care, transparency, and the emotional toll of fame have gained traction as a result of the Greene couple's experience, indicating a cultural change toward recognizing the human side of ministry leadership. Nevertheless, one important fact comes to light in spite of all the discussion, conjecture, and attention. The Greenes are handling this situation with poise, integrity, and a dedication to development. Travis Greene's confession and Jackie Greene's emotional reaction were more than simply a show. They served as stimulants for introspection, discussion, and change on a personal level, as well as throughout the gospel community. This is the audience's cliffhanger. Even though the first shock may have passed, we are just now starting to learn the lessons from this incident. What effects will this incident have on the couple's future, their ministry, and how gospel music listeners interact with public figures? One thing is certain though, the world is observing, learning, and thinking with them as the answers continue to change.